Alright, hello and welcome back everyone, it's me BaRKy and I'm here with another mod showcase from Rimworld 1.0 and this is the XND Adrenaline mod. And basically what this mod does is it adds adrenaline into the Rimworld. It adds adrenaline into Rimworld. It is a pretty simple mod but still really awesome. Well, as you can see, I've got a colonist here with just a regular paint stopper and nothing else is enhanced about this colonist. I just give him a paint stopper so I could get some more combat out. And if I go ahead and spawn in an enemy, hopefully we don't kill him on the first shot, and I get shot at slowly, or just being around enemies, you don't even need to be shot at, it'll build something called Adrenaline Rush. I'll give you that. And it'll go up until the enemy is being vanquished, and then you'll get an Adrenaline Crash afterwards. I'm just using the dev mode here just to show you it a little bit, but since that was such a minor adrenaline boost, it won't actually have much of a crash. But if I go to the arena over here, it's getting kind of late, but still don't come inside your thrombo that I've tamed. And I spawn in a few of these guys. A bit simpler, spawn in a few of them, and you get shot at. The adrenaline just pumps up. Moderate. I won't go over every single phase because it'd be here for quite a while. There's about 5 of them, but you can pause the video and check them out if you want to. But it goes all the way up to extreme. I'll read the extreme one in a moment when we get some more bad guys in. Let's do elite. Take him out quickly before we get the crash. Dude, literally useless. Alright, spawn you in. The basic idea though is that it'll bump up your pain reduction so you feel a little bit less pain, your blood pumping, breathing, consciousness, your movement, and your sight. So all around it makes you a better combatant, which is the useful part of it. It does have a crash though, as I showed you a little bit before, which hits like a truck and it lasts really long. So adrenaline lasts basically for maybe an hour or so in game, but the crash can last up to a couple days from what I can tell, which is just insane. And the crash is already kicking in. Oh well, let's get rid of this guy and scoot on ahead to the next stage, which is something that I prepared just in case this happened. I couldn't get it up to extreme. Going outside here, I have gone ahead and done something the mod allows you to do, which is make adrenaline. So you can make it if you want to. So I've gone ahead and done that. We can go ahead and take some adrenaline ourselves, but otherwise it does give you adrenaline crashes, and that boosts, well, it gets rid of your consciousness. It boosts how little you can actually be conscious, as well as how tired you get. So you get tired quite a bit quicker, and then your mental break threshold, it goes all the way up to plus 8%, which is huge. So that's Adrenaline Rush Extreme from injecting adrenaline. You can see pain at 75%, so it lowers the amount of pain you take. Blood pumping up 50%, breathing up 20%, consciousness plus 15%, movement 15%, and sight up 15%. There is another factor that weighs into the actual adrenaline, which is adrenaline production. So you can check that out over here. It's underneath the combat tab, and you can see recent production times 56%. So because he's generated quite a bit of adrenaline as of late, it won't generate itself very quickly. So that's pretty cool. It's such an awesome mechanic. I don't know why this hasn't been done before. It is amazing. So the way to actually get the adrenaline is to go to the drug lab, and you can queue up adrenaline over here. It takes 2 nitroamine. The research you need is the penioxylene production. So it goes from drug production to penioxylene. Once you can make penioxylene, you can make adrenaline, which is pretty cool. Just 2 nitroamine, which is a decent price. I'd probably say it needs to go down a little bit because it doesn't last long in the slightest. And then the crash lasts for quite a while, but you can see the adrenaline rush is still pumping over there, and then it goes down all the way to the point where it disappears. And you can see that was about 2 hours with the actual injection. So I bring you to the zoo. Yes, that's human meat. Anyways, we'll get into the details later. So there are 2 traits that come with the mod. So you get the cool-headed trait, so adrenaline production minus 100%. And then you get the adrenaline junkie trait, which ups the amount of production, which ups the actual, sorry, it doesn't actually give you more, excuse me. It actually ups the mood buff that you get from it. So if I go and pump him with some more adrenaline, disregard the crash. Let's just get some more adrenaline into him. You can see that it gives you an adrenaline rush boost to your mood here. So extreme adrenaline rush gives you plus 18, and it scales up in 6s from what I can tell. So it's pretty cool. You can sort of take these adrenaline things, a couple every now and then, take a few of them. They are quite interesting, I'd say. Quite an interesting idea for the game. Anyways, let's have some fun. The speed is sick. No, I'm joking. Random Lady Gaga. And let's just introduce them to adrenaline. As you can see, they're very happy in the zoo. Don't know how the rats got there. All this human meat. I take very good care of my prisoners, actually. So, yeah, I would never ever... This is not on purpose. Not on purpose at all. Oh, did I click on the holding rat? I meant to click. So I have the thrombos just in case that ever happened. Trying to interrupt my video, obviously. If this could hurry up, that would be fantastic. Let's go. So let's take a look at the actual stats, and you can see how the adrenaline crash actually works. So as you can see, it's building up in severity as we inject this poor sap with a ton of adrenaline constantly, a very unhealthy amount. And as it does that, it actually lowers the adrenaline rush itself. So as the adrenaline crash gets higher and higher, it seems to knock off the adrenaline rush faster and faster, which is a cool idea. And you can see just how terrible the adrenaline crash actually is at its max. Consciousness at 65%, tiredness up 100%, mental break threshold up 8. Massive. I think this person actually has steadfast, so that doesn't reflect much, but still. Crazy. You can see the drugs barely affect them anymore, just clears out pretty damn quickly. We're just pumping them with so much adrenaline right now. Oh man, this guy must have such a horrible life. You can see the severity is at the maximum right now, so it's at 1.0. And the unclaimed target severity is about to hit 4. Yeah, about to. So it's gonna last a very long time. Sorry about that, dude. Hope you enjoy lying there forever. And this person's name was Rat by complete chance. And there we go. Obviously, the adrenaline's made him eat human flesh, because I would have given him a proper meal if he had asked for it. But anyways, just putting that out there. So by default, the mod affects all living creatures in Rimworld, but that can be configured in the mod settings over here in the adrenaline tab. So you can see allow natural gain, so you can turn that on or off. Affects animals, affects down pawns, allow adrenaline crashes, allow NPC use. The down pawn one is an interesting one because apparently if you're fighting an enemy and they get downed, they can actually inject themselves with adrenaline to get themselves back up. This one in particular is a natural gain of it, but that still can happen, although I couldn't get it to happen in my time doing this video, but apparently you can, which is pretty cool. So to start from the top, allow natural gain determines whether or not pawns naturally gain adrenaline in combat or when taking damage. So the thing is with this mod is that even if hostile enemies are near you, you will still gain adrenaline. Which makes sense in real life. If someone's threatening you in real life, they don't need to actually physically harm you for you to get an adrenaline rush. Affects animals. It can affect all living creatures, as I said before, so the last thing you want is probably a thrombo with adrenaline attacking you. Still pretty cool that they give you the option. Affect downed pawns. I spoke on this a little bit, like literally a moment ago, but obviously the adrenaline might give them the opportunity to get back up if the pain threshold is lower than what it is after they get the adrenaline boost, especially with the extreme case because it puts pain at 75%. I don't know, it's kind of a cool concept. The adrenaline crash, obviously the adrenaline crash has lost quite a substantially longer time than the actual adrenaline rush, as I've shown. So this one would get rid of it or not. So it determines whether or not pawns get adrenaline crashes after adrenaline rushes, a short-term penalty that primarily reduces the pawn's consciousness. I think the adrenaline crash is huge in terms of consciousness. That needs to be changed in my opinion. But it's Dan's mod. I'm not here. I'm not a mod maker. And then determine whether or not NPCs, raiders for example, can inject nearby adrenaline syringes whenever they've been downed. So that's what I've spoken about before. Really cool idea. I recommend keeping all of this on. It's really awesome. Yeah, this is a cool idea. I'd actually turn this on. These are the defaults, by the way, having this off. Anyways, that's the mod settings menu. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. This is an awesome mod. Go give it a try. Go give Zero Nova Dan a little bit of a shout out. He is awesome. Makes amazing stuff. Anyways, take care, folks.
Hey, thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. It's really awesome of you. I've got a Discord server that's free for all to join if you'd like to come and have a chat with me or anyone else. And I've also opened up a Patreon page to help fund my videos, so if any of those interest you, please go ahead and take a look at the description. Have a great day, and thank you very much for watching.